Happy New Year, Pisces. This is your January 2018 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. Thank you for joining me. And I have good news for the start of the year. Actually, all the planets are going to be moving forward, which means we can move ahead forward with our plans. There will be a few invisible planets, so I'll warn you how they affect you personally. And there's certain combinations of planets that allow for things to happen in a positive way. And I'll walk you through that one by one. I'll try not to make it too long, but you can also learn astrology as we go through this. So let's see how January will be like this, the start of the year. And I'm quite happy because actually it's very supportive of Pisces and all water and earth signs. And this is if your ascendant is in Pisces, especially if your sun or moon to a lesser degree as well, but this prediction is for you. Because for the biggest part of the month, up to around the 20th, I would say, the first 20 days almost, most of the energy most of the planets are in water and earth signs. And you know, water and earth are very harmonious with each other. They support each other. Earth upholds water, and water makes earth give birth to life. And you're a water sign yourself, Pisces. So it means that the energies will be very soothing, very much, you'll feel like a fish in its own pond, fish in water, you know, because when the energy is too much fire, too much air, you know, and these energies clash with the water of Pisces. So you might feel a little bit out like a fish out of water. But now the January starts very smooth, very supportive. And there are two big signs that are being activated. The sign of Capricorn. Of course, Saturn is already in its own sign, and the sign of Scorpio. Both of those areas, whatever they are for Pisces, will be very positively activated in January. So now let's walk you a little bit through first the astrological part. Okay, let's see. So this is you, Pisces, the first house here. And Scorpio for you is, of course, the ninth house. We have here Jupiter and Mars. And Capricorn, where the other planets are, where we have Saturn, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus for a big part of the month. Not throughout, but for a big part of the month. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets, and the moon is always moving around everywhere. So, oops, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is that these two areas of your life will be extremely active in January, and they form some very positive combinations. Why? Because I'm going to use here ancient astrology that very few people are aware of. It's called Gemini astrology. It's 5,000-6,000 years old, and they had a rule. When a planet is in the sign it rules, plus Jupiter and Mercury being there in that sign or aspecting. So three factors: the ruler of the sign, Mercury, and Jupiter. These are manifesting influences. In a sense, they said that when those three are in the sign or aspecting the sign with special aspects, those aspects are not like we know them in Western astrology or position, you know. They're called a Rashi, sign aspects. And in those aspects, the cardinal signs aspect the fixed signs, and anything in a fixed sign aspects anything in a cardinal sign. So what do we have here? We have Capricorn here, and we have Scorpio here. Scorpio is a fixed sign, Capricorn is a cardinal sign. So those planets, according to ancient astrology, according to the aspects called sign aspects, are any planets inside are aspecting each other, because this is cardinal, this is fixed sign. So, and we have amazing manifesting ability according to ancient Gemini astrology and those two signs. Why is that? Because Mars rules Scorpio, is in Scorpio in January. Also, Jupiter, we said when Jupiter is in a sign, it's also manifesting in a positive way. When there is also manifestation in a negative way, when Saturn and the North Node both aspect a sign, but we'll speak about that another time. So we have the ruler of Scorpio in Scorpio, we have Jupiter in Scorpio, so double manifesting, and we have Mercury, which is the other manifesting planet, according to ancient astrology, also aspecting this sign aspect, as we said, Scorpio. So Scorpio becomes strongly magnified manifesting sign. And look at that. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is already in Capricorn. Jupiter, Rashi, or sign aspects Capricorn, and Mercury is in Capricorn. The three factors that manifest, that allow good things to happen in that sign are triggered. And I would advise you mostly to check this from your ascendant sign if you know your time of birth. If you don't, then check it from the moon sign, sun sign. It will still be, there will be some, things that actually resonate. So, two signs that are so highly charged up. I'm going to sit up now, guys, a little bit. But I hope I explained to you the astrological energy. And let's see how they're going to impact you. If you're Pisces, and you can also check Pisces if you're relocated to live in a foreign place and your ascendant changes into Pisces. Again, this is correct for you. I've been using relocated charts. It's amazing. People that don't live where they were born, that live quite far away, different country, different continent, for them, the relocated chart works more powerfully even. So we have for you, Pisces, activation of the 9th and 11th houses, positive, that makes things happen. Let's see, the 9th house means that, and Jupiter and Mars make, also according to ancient astrology, a wealth yoga. So there is an opportunity to even materially benefit there in some way, to sow the seeds, or to reap some kind of a material, even financial rewards through the 9th house, some benefits, and what is it? So 9th house is happening in a positive way. If you have anything to arrange in regards to documents, in regards to papers, that are connected to foreign countries, in regards to travel, if you want to have access to a foreign country, this is the way. If you want to have access to a church, to institution, to some institution, educational institution, 9th house is all those places of higher knowledge, higher wisdom, which is like churches, universities, academic environments, museums and stuff like that, where knowledge, high knowledge is generated, stored, created, discussed. So guys, if you have anything to do your career with such environments, curriculum, academic, university, or if you're trying to get access to those, or if you want positive results in your university studies, higher education, this is the month when things will be happening. Or if you're trying to get to a foreign country, apply for it this period, apply for it now. If you want to get a visa or whatever, also, if you want to travel somewhere now, things can really happen for you in January. And remember, all the planets are moving forward, so we can move forward with our plans as well, which is fantastic. 9th house is also anything to do with teachers. Some of you might find a teacher now, might manifest a teacher, mentor, advisor. Some of you might manifest some inspiration. 9th house is inspiring us for the future. It's like the house of God, where God shows us what is happening, what the big picture is, and gives meaning in our lives. So those two happening planets there, and with the aspect from Mercury as well, indicate that if you're looking for meaning or purpose or a new goal in life, something to inspire you, something to make you wake up again with meaning in your life, to get excited about life, now you can find it in January. For a big part of January, actually almost to the end, this 9th house is activated for you, Pisces. Or if you want to go travel, this can happen now. Or if you want to study something, higher education, or some of you might really benefit, say if you're a lecturer, 9th house is teaching, any kind of teaching, you can make money through that more now in January. Or if you're a coach, life coach, advisor, or if you're a business consultant, because 9th house is about seeing the bigger picture and advising others for what's going to happen and helping others see the bigger picture as well. So if any career, and you might be a business consultant advisor. So if you're in any career that has anything to do with advising, with traveling, with higher education, with teaching, in any way, this year things will, not this year, this year starts with things happening for you and positive, and those kind of activities flow positively for you. They manifest good, and they can even manifest materially for you. And then we have the 11th house, so powerfully triggered by its ruler, plus a few other planets. Venus is there, the sun is there. It's a little bit more difficult in the 11th house because we have there also the sun that frustrates Saturn. We have also sign aspect from the north node. So there can be some positive and some negative manifestation in the 11th house, but we'll focus on the positive. because it's very rare that the sign is triggered by the 3 planets that can trigger it. It's ruler, Jupiter, and Mercury, by Rashi's aspect, as we said. And we're seeing that in your 11th house. So 11th house is about goals, fulfilling goals in a material way. Guys, you'll be very productive. For some reason, you might find a new purpose, new mission, for example, with this 9th house activated. And you might go and undertake actions to start fulfilling those long-term goals. You might be able to have a bigger and clearer vision what your next stop should be, because 9th house is about having the vision and the inspiration and the belief and the faith that you can do it and seeing the big picture. And 11th house is the actually more practically implementing it, because it's a Capricorn root house, sign for you. And 11th house is about your goals. Excuse my big breasts. It's because of my state. But anyway, so you can manifest here. You can start manifesting in a material way in regards to your goals. Plus, you can create some very beneficial connections. 11th house is a social house about networking and socializing. You can make a friend now. And I'm not talking about those friends that you can sip tea till late at night and discuss philosophy and stuff, or those friends that you can share all your biggest secrets. These are friendships and connections and acquaintances that can be almost like that can help you forward your goals in life, that can help you fulfill some long-term goal. Someone who is like-minded, who believes in your vision, who supports and help you. Plus 11th house, the house of gainfulness in ancient astrology. So some of you that are expecting a bonus, it can manifest now that expecting some gains from somewhere, from your business or whatever, you can manifest it, Pisces. So you're starting the year with a very positive, how do I say? Yes, very positive direction, with very positive help from the planets. And as I said, those 2 houses, the 9th and the 10th, they're both connected to the future. And something becomes clear to you about the future, what you want to do, and you start acting in that direction to make it happen. You can be extremely busy socially, making important activities and actions in regards to your social life and building bridges. So you can benefit a lot if you're a public figure. For example, someone who is in the public eye, or say you're a teacher and you have to appear in front of big groups of people. 11th house, big groups of people. 9th house is teaching, or maybe you can go to some conference. 11th house, big groups of like-minded people, activities. That teaches something that helps you, for example, like a coaching conference, or a conference about finding your purpose and meaning. Or maybe you can connect to some like-minded people, become a member of a group that you wanted to become for a long time, which allows you to, which brings more meaning into your life, which opens new horizons as well. So basically those 2 houses, the 9th house, so you can travel somewhere, faraway countries. For example, you can travel mentally or physically as well. 9th house about travel, which expands your horizons and which allows you to make beneficial contacts, and which allows you to make profitable networks and marketing, profitable networks and socioeconomic connections. Or you might be someone who is in the stock market. The 11th house is connected to big markets and bringing out the product to the public eye. The 11th house is the public, the collective, and how you accept it. So it might be a very productive month for some of you who are in the stock market, or some of you who are connected to working with big groups of people, and things can happen. Or if you want more popularity, this can happen as well for you. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Hope you enjoy the start of the year. It starts positive. It starts with, especially if your rising is in Pisces, it starts with a bigger vision and the right connections for you to make that vision a reality for you. So yes, let's see what else is happening. I think I have my screen share here. Here it is. I'm looking from the 2018 calendar. which me and Marina have done, and January, which planets are invisible. It's a 100-page calendar, by the way. For every day, there are transits, what's happening, but we're looking at the heliacal phases. Venus is invisible the whole month. So matters connected to Venus, which would be like art and beauty and working with women, might be a little bit less manifesting. It's better time to prepare rather than, say, start a fashion company or a beauty company or something like that. Saturn is invisible till the 10th and then becomes visible. So those goals and those gains and earnings starts becoming manifest more and more into the month there. And Mercury is visible most of the month, and then from the 21st, it becomes invisible. Mercury rules your 7th house of relationships. So after the 21st, relationships might be like on a second, and these are personal relationship, marriage or business contract with someone, or maybe if you're trying to sign some business contract, if you're trying to make some business agreement with someone, try to do it before the 21st of January, before Mercury becomes retrograde, because it rules the 7th house of business, collaborations, one-to-one personal relationship, or if you have something important to share with partners, do it, or to do with someone in a one-to-one basis. It will be more happening, and it will be more easy to manifest while Mercury is visible, because then tangible results happen. And of course, we can check also, there are a lot of transits that are happening in January. Look at this calendar. You can actually purchase it for yourself. To know what's every day, there is explanation underneath, what every day transit brings and how to prepare for it. So we see that mostly, yeah, I don't see, actually quite good aspects in transits. But anyway, I don't want to take more of your time. Thank you so much, Pisces, and Happy New Year again, and I will see you next year, 2018. Enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve.